I want to show you this project of building and deploying Flask website to EKS. So it's this pipeline, and let me show you my AWS account before we start. As you can see, there's no running instances, and in the ECR repository, there is no images. Also, the website we're going to deploy it's not available because it's not deployed yet. You can see as I refresh. But the networking, the domain name, the DNS, and the ingress resources are already set up. So the only task left is to deploy the website. So this is the project. I'm just going to start it and I'll explain why it's built in. Okay, it started. Let's go to the console. Okay, now what's going to happen is Jenkins is going to start an agent. That agent is going to appear here. That agent then will do the following. Let's go to the Jenkins file. So let's start the Jenkins file. It's going to source the code from the open source repo. Then it's going to build with the Docker file, which is this Docker file. And this is, I'm using Python latest. This is a very simple Flask website, Flask app. And the startup script, I'll show what it contains. Basically exporting the Flask app and running the Flask. If you want to check the code, it's this one, just one route, index, and the HTML is located on templates. Now, as for the Flask deployment YAML, in order to deploy it to EKS, you can use various tools, Argo CD, Spinnaker, whatever you want, there are more tools. But I'm using Jenkins for the entire pipeline, build and deploy. So Jenkins is going to run this Flask deployment. And okay, let's check the steps. So the build and then push image to the ECR, as you can see. I'm going to use the build number and latest. Why I'm going to use both? Because I'm only going to use latest, but if I have like, let's say, image that didn't catch bugs or didn't test properly, so I might have issue with latest running on production. So in case that will be the issue, I can just go back to the build number that I know that's working in production and not going to rerun the entire pipeline again. So in order to communicate with the EKS cluster, I'm installing the AWS Authenticator and kubectl. Then I'm downloading the kubeconfig for the specific EKS cluster, and it's stored in S3 bucket. It's a private bucket. And here it's a deploying to EKS. And we're basically going to apply the file. So I put a dash here in case I'll have more files related to this deployment. So let's see where the build is. Okay, so it's success. So now we have Jenkins agent that started and would be automatically stopped after it's not in use, after it's idle. And here, let's refresh. And we see we have the image that was just uploaded, and we have the build number one and the tag latest. So now what's left is just to refresh and check if the website is deployed. And it is.